Hey everybody, hope you're all doing good today. Just wanted to give you all an update on what's going on here with the Bass Open in Hartwell. I just left this morning from the house there. Man, it is so hard. Everybody that has kids know this, man. It is so hard to leave for a tournament anymore. It's like, I got the kids at the house, my wife Kim. It's just, I don't see how, guys like in the military that get these long deployments do it to be away from their family that long. It's bad enough when you're gone for a week or 10 days to a tournament, but man, it just seems like it gets harder all the time. But anyway, been super busy week all week. Been, got back from Rayburn last week and been working for Fish the Moment in between trying to get ready for this tournament. Got the boat wrapped, had the, it's just been crazy busy week, and heading down to Hartwell now this morning. Gonna be doing some work for Bridgeford Foods on the way down there, so it just never ends, man. It's just constantly busy. And in the between time, I've been focusing on our next Bassmaster Open next week at Lake Hartwell, trying to prepare for that. And it's sort of like a neat deal because it's like I've gotten so busy over the last year that I just simply don't have time to prepare for these tournaments and my tackle like I used to. But it's like it's working out because I've been doing a lot better this year than I have the last couple of years. So maybe the sort of the lesson to be learned like that, sometimes maybe we can overthink these tournaments and fishing. And a lot of times if you just sort of go out and just sort of fish a little bit more free and open without preconceived notions, a little bit looser, you do better. Because like here, I've still got a lot of tackle work when I get down to the lake tomorrow. Got some Bridgeford promotions got to do. And before I got really busy, I'd have so much time to prepare for these tournaments that I think a lot of times you can just overthink it. But anyway, Lake Hartwell, heading down there right now. It's our second Eastern tournament. A lot on the line on this tournament. Like I said, I'm in 5th place for the points for the Bassmaster Opens right now. So, road towards the road to the Elite Series, road to the Classic. So it's just a lot on the line in this particular tournament. And I got through. I survived Rayburn. I didn't have a good tournament down there, but I only dropped 3 places in the points. So I feel like I came out of that tournament pretty fortunate. But in this particular tournament, I got to get back on the flow of things. I got to start moving up again. And I fished Hartwell quite a bit in the past. I probably fished a half a dozen tournaments down there. All the tournaments that I fished at Hartwell have been in the spring, pre-spawn of the spring. So never fished it in the fall time, which I'm sort of looking forward to it. Got a couple different oddball things going on here. They had that Hurricane Sandy come up the East Coast last week, dropped a lot of rain on the area. I'm not really sure what that's going to do to the lake as far as any water level or clarity changes. Probably going to have to see when I get down there. But in this particular tournament, I look for it to be pretty tough. I look for, if you can catch 12 or 14 pounds a day in this tournament, I think you're going to do really, really well. Maybe even have a shot to win with that for the course of 3 days. So that's going to be my goal in this tournament. I'm sort of setting a goal of trying to catch 13 or 14 pounds a day. And I'm going into this particular Hartwell tournament with a really open mind. A lot of times I tend to get locked into just looking specifically for shallow fish. But in this particular tournament, I'm going to spend a little bit of time looking for some deep fish, because on Hartwell during the fall time of the year, you have a lot of those spotted bass that go deep, sort of like they do back in Missouri at Table Rock Lake, my home lake. So I'm going to spend probably 1 day of practice looking at deep a little bit for some spotted bass that I think maybe would be a little bit more consistent. And based upon that how that goes, I'll either stay out deep, if I get on something that's working, or I'll have to adjust and try some other things shallow. But this whole lake, the thing about Hartwell, if you've never fished it before, it's it's a really good lake because it fishes really big and it's good all over the place. You can catch them from one end of the lake to the other. You can catch them deep, you can catch them shallow, you can catch them suspended. There's going to be a lot of different options to consider in this tournament. There's going to be topwater fish caught, there's going to be drop shot fish caught, there's going to be shallow cranking fish, flipping fish, dock fish, there's going to be, you name it, and you'll be able to catch fish doing it. But the thing about this tournament is there's a lot of small spotted bass in Lake Hartwell. And to separate yourself, you're going to have to get on either a better grade of the spotted bass, or you're going to have some largemouth mixed in with it. And you can catch big largemouth anywhere on the lake. I mean, you can catch them down by the dam, you can catch them mid-lake, up the river, they're all over the place. But it's predominantly a spotted bass lake, and so that throws a little bit of a curveball into the equation here. But my plan for the tournament, like I said, I'm going to really just stay open, try to mix it up quite a bit. Like a lot of tournaments we go to, you sort of have a preconceived notion on what you want to do and how you want to fish on your way down there or leading up to the tournaments. Because like right now, I'm sort of going over in my mind how I want to fish. But normally it never turns out like that. Normally when you get to the lake, there's something that's usually different about it all the time. And you have to make adjustments. A lot of times you wind up, not fishing like the way you anticipated to fish. But anyway, gonna go down here, start practicing on Sunday. Have 3 full days to check the lake out and go over everything. But it's like I said, just a busy time, a lot going on right now. After this particular Hartwell tournament, got to go back home. Do a lot of work for Fish the Moment. We got our Bridgeford team meeting coming up. Then we got 2 back-to-back tournaments at Neely, Henry, and Cumberland coming up. So all this tournament rescheduling has made a super hectic fall for everybody. Just a lot going on, a lot on the plate right now. But anyway, I'll keep everybody updated as the week goes on. This particular tournament, I'm also going to be filming it like I did for the Sam Rayburn tournament for Fish the Moment. That particular video is probably gonna come. The Rayburn tournament is probably gonna come up in a couple weeks. We'll put it together. Johnny's been working on it, and we're gonna do the same here at Hartwell. I'm sort of film the practice, sort of give you some of my thoughts, share a little bit about my daily approach to practice, and then also be filming the tournament and showing you where I fish, how I fish in the tournament, and after the tournament, I'll go back through there and I'll break it down to sort of let everybody know why I did what and how it turned out. But I'm pretty excited about filming these videos because it's a really good opportunity to really help teach people the best way, or maybe not the best way, to break a tournament down, because everybody has a different approach to it. I mean, it's like there's a lot of times there's no wrong or no right answers. For example, the Rayburn tournament we just got back from, I knew going down into that tournament that most likely we would get 1 deep. And when you watch my pre-tournament video, I talk about that, and I sort of said that it'd have to be an ideal set of circumstances for the tournament to get 1 shallow. But as it turned out, like I expected, half the people that finished in the top 10 in that tournament caught them shallow, and half of them caught them deep, but it was 1 deep. And normally that's what you have. Normally the best way to win a tournament is not necessarily the best way to catch fish for the overall field. A winning tournament, in order to win a tournament like this Hartwell tournament or Rayburn or whatever, you have to have a combination of some things you're in your favor. You have to have a really unique area that's got some quality fish in it. You got to have your timing down perfect. You can't lose any key fish, and usually it's some type of a unique bait setup or modification that you want to do that. So anyway, that's my plan this week for Hartwell. Hopefully I can find that special sweet area with a little bit of off-the-wall bait that nobody else is using, and come out here with a high finish or a win. Man, I really, really want to win one of these opens this year to qualify for the Classic. you know, I want to be consistent, make the Elite Series, but you know, like everybody else, I'm here to want to win one of these to get back in the Classic. So if you're going to do that, you have to put yourself around those type of fish that can win. And a lot of times when you do that, sometimes you take yourself out of the chance to do well in the tournament if it doesn't pay off. So it's a real fine line between you know, focusing and committing on techniques and areas that can win, or you know, just be consistent. And that's just another element that makes tournament bass fishing the toughest sport on the earth. There's just so many variables involved with it that determine success. But anyway, I'll keep you guys updated all week long. Try to keep a lot of content coming in, and like I said, keep dropping comments, dropping likes. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't. I really appreciate it. And I just want everybody to know that comments on the videos, I go through and I read all of them, and I try to respond to as many of them as I can. But God, it's just getting time to do it. I mean, it's just like anymore in my life, there's not a second of downtime to do anything. So, but I do